Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D Wayne with you yet another YouTube video at this time. So basically we're gonna be talking zombies once again in this discussion video today. So we got two new world premiere zombie cards that'll be coming out in the Blazing Dominion pack. So these are level 6 and rank 6 specifically. So of course you already know when we got the new pumpkin support, this is essentially more offshoot support for them. And I'm going to be talking about one extra card that extra zombie that I haven't talked about yet. So we'll get to that when we get into that. So let's talk about the world premiere cards first, and then we'll talk about the third card. Alright, so this is a officiating revelry. Now this is a level 6 dark zombie effect monster with 2000 attack and 1100 defense. First degree, if this card is in your hand, you can discard one card. Special summon this card. If an exceed monster is sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, except during your damage step, you can banish this card. Special summon one zombie monster from your graveyard. During the standby phase of the next turn after this card was banished, you can target one zombie exit monster you control and attach this banished card to it. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this card is actually pretty solid. Easy enough special summon effect, just discarding one other card. So of course in a zombie deck, you can discard any of the graveyard activating effects, Mizuki, Gozuki, Mazira, whatever it is you have at the time. Even the Nerd Combat, you can discard that as well. So simply special summon this card. Easy summon, level 6. You can go into obviously rank 6 plays, or you can combine this with tuners to do single plays. An exit monster is sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, except for the damage step. You can banish this card to special summon a zombie monster from your graveyard. That's also pretty crucial, but this is definitely a watered down version of Mizuki because there's a requirement attached to being able to special summon it from the graveyard, when Mizuki just banishes itself to special summon outright. So it's basically a watered down version of Mizuki's effect, but still pretty solid regardless. So during the standby phase of the next turn, after this card was banished, target a zombie Z, attach this banished card as materials to it. So of course, running this in an XZ variant with pumpkin and all that good stuff, you can attach this to a pumpkin or even to an undying zombies to fuel its effect to absorb an opponent's monster from the field and or graveyard. I mean from the field or from the graveyard to attach it to that card as material. So it has some implications there. There's actually a pretty solid card for zombie piles. 1 to 2 copies sounds good to me. Alright, so next card. This is Officiator of the Doomed Samuel. This is a dark zombie exit with 1100 attack and 2600 defense, requiring 2 level 6 monsters. During the main phase, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one zombie monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you can negate the effects of one monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. Second effect reads, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster in either graveyard, shuffle it to the deck. You can only use each effect of Shade of Doom once per turn. So pretty decent, being able to switch some of your zombies from the graveyard and negating the effect your opponent controls. It's pretty good. Obviously, if you combo this with the Pumpkin support, you can use this as a quick effect, special summon the Pumpkin, negate opponent's monster's effect. Pumpkin will activate special summon another level 6 zombie from the deck. So it can either be a go find or a snake hair, of course, to provide extra interruptions for your play. So that's pretty decent in that regard in setting up 2 interruptions. Um, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster in your graveyard, one monster in either graveyard. Shuffle it into the deck. You only use the effects multiple turns. So, of course, if you use this through other means, link it away. Oh, it doesn't matter how it was sent. So this could be under undying zombies, and you could attach this as a material to do the same thing as well. So there are some decent implications, being a good interruption and effect serving purposes in multiple situations. So this is looking like an archetype Hopefully, because these are the first two cards, they share officiator in their name. So this will likely be a part of an archetype. We may get more zombies, focusing on this archetype as well. I'll look forward to it, and when we do, of course, I will be talking about that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the third card. This is a long-tailed black horse. Now, this is a level 4 Earth zombie effect monster with 1400 attack and 800 defense. You can use the effect of this card's name once per turn. So it's a hard once per turn effect. This card is normal or special. You can reveal one zombie monster in your hand, send one Earth zombie from the deck to the graveyard, send a revealed monster to the graveyard, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack until the end of the turn. So this card is actually pretty decent as well. Of course, this is supposed to be a kind of a budget Unizombie. Unizombie is already budget. I don't understand that, but sure. Getting two dumps, that's actually a cost to activate. So whatever happens after, because that costs, of course, so you would reveal, send to the graveyard, send from your hand to the graveyard, and then power up for 500 until the end of this turn. So whatever happens after that, if they try to Ash or Layler, you activate this. You can't even Ash because the effect is to power up, not to search for anything. So if they try to Veiler or Imperm, it's not going to matter because the most important part of the effect you're trying to get off is to get the zombie dumps to the graveyard. So that's actually pretty decent in that regard. And also it's pretty good is either normal or special. So it's not an ignition effect that gets stopped by Veil or Imperm or Ash. So that's actually pretty good as well. I'd say probably a good one copy should suffice. Get it into rotation. You can send all types of zombies like Mizuki, Gozuki, Mazira, and all the other types of Earth zombies that get, you know, effects while they're in the graveyard, while discarding zombies in your hand as well. There is no restrictions on the hand zombies that you discard off of it. So it's a pretty good card, nice little combo tool. If you don't have access to Unizombie for some strange reason, you can use this as sort of a backup to get needed zombie dumps to the graveyard. All right, so overall thoughts on the support is actually pretty solid stuff. Zombies are definitely starting to see a resurgence lately, which is pretty good. I honestly thought Konami left this deck back in its obscurity, but they seem to be coming back with it and giving us some decent support to go with it. All right, so as always, let me know what you guys think of this support in the comments, and I will be talking to you guys about that. All right, so we'll leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime, but until then, paces, YouTube.